Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the day after Big Super Tuesday. Check this out. First and foremost, here we go. We've got to cover this America Samoa 2020 Presidential Democratic Caucus. Got to cover this because this is epic. Michael Bloomberg takes Samoa. Tulsi Gabbard, second in Samoa. So my prediction is that these two individuals, Bloomberg, Gabbard, in some form, teaming up or individually, they're going to be able to carry this momentum onto the next round of states on March 10th, and they're going to be able to string together victory after victory after victory. So it's going to be Bloomberg and Gabbard taking it all the way to the convention. Okay, back to reality. Interesting though, American Samoa went for Bloomberg instead of Tulsi. All right, back to reality here. So Super Tuesday, Democratic results now. Huge day for Biden, huge. Pulled off upsets in Minnesota. Let me scroll over that real quick and show you. All right, so here's Minnesota, and if you think back to the video I did yesterday, they were projecting Bernie to win that state quite easily, but with Klobuchar dropping out, I guess her endorsement of him really did come into play in Minnesota. I really didn't think it would because, my God, she's such a strange individual. We'll leave it at that, but she's... I don't know how, with the way she conducts herself and the way she speaks, that she ever got into any kind of public office. We'll leave it at that. That's just me being nice. But her endorsement obviously swayed things here. So Joe Biden picked up Minnesota. So that was a huge upset there. Additionally, the big one, like the knockout blow, if we needed to have a knockout blow for Warren, because my feeling was that she should have dropped out months ago, or that she should never run, or she should go somewhere else and just crawl under a rock. But she stayed in the race, comes to her home state of Massachusetts. They were projecting Bernie to take Massachusetts, which would have been a huge blow to her. But check this out. And they had her projected in second. And here's how it went down for Elizabeth Warren there. Not only did she not win, she didn't come in second, and she didn't even come in third. And Joe Biden, who they were projecting as the third place finisher there, he actually picked up the victory in the state. So huge victory for him there over Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. And like I said again, she just needs to go away. I mean, she's so full of it. I don't even know how she made it this far. I don't know why anybody would give her 1 cent of their money, but hopefully she drops out. Michael Bloomberg also underperformed a bit. Back to the video yesterday, I was showing that he was coming in third and fourth in most of the states, and that played out to be true today. So again, we see these numbers, and obviously there's the candidates. You always have to have hope, right? You always want to have belief in your internal polling. You're going to come out better than the numbers are showing, but it just takes that smack in the face of reality to realize, like, hey, this isn't happening for me. And for Mike Bloomberg, I think everybody knows he's full of it. He's a phony. The divisive ads he's been creating, nobody's buying it. Minorities aren't buying it. Men, women, whatever color you want to say, race, religion, people aren't buying it. Bloomberg, hit the road. You're done. Don't worry about him. He's got $54 billion, I read, so he'll be all right in life. But he does need to seriously take a hike and never try to run for office again. Now, one other state wasn't really an upset. They were really calling it a toss-up, and it was Texas. From what I saw, Biden was projected maybe like a slight leader there, but again, they were calling that one a toss-up. Looked like Bernie took California, which I was saying yesterday wasn't a surprise, that I thought he would, being so the nickname is Commie-fornia, right, by a lot of people. So it didn't surprise me that he ended up taking California. But you see here, 90% of the vote is in. It's not done yet, of course. I think they were calling it for Biden already, but with 90% of the vote in, Biden was out in front, 32-29. Bloomberg third, Warren fourth, of course. It's all proportional in terms of delegates, so Bloomberg's going to pick up some there as well. Biden, in a state that was a toss-up, and with Bernie possibly surging, if Bernie could have pulled off the victory in Texas, that would have been huge going into the next round of states next week. This is from the 538 website. In yesterday's video, I showed you the delegate projections as of March 2nd, and that was maybe not taken into consideration when Klobuchar had dropped out. And obviously, Super Tuesday things were going to shift, so let me show you what it looked like yesterday. So as you saw there, it was pretty tight, right? Biden was projected to have just about 30 or so more delegates than Bernie. And of course, things change as we go forward. But once we got these results in from Tuesday, check this out. Look at that lead that Biden's opened up now. It's almost a, 375-ish delegate lead there for him. Coming into the day, they were looking at possibly these two, both in the 1450, 1500 range in terms of delegates. Again, it's just a forecast. Things always change. There you see it. Big Super Tuesday for Biden. He really opens things up. And what does that mean? The main thing, obviously, momentum with the people and momentum with fundraising. Now you're going to see his big time donors come out, his bundlers, they call them, other individuals that are thinking, hey, Biden is the best shot we've got to beat Trump. That's pretty much always been the case. It's been anybody but Bernie. But now Biden's got big time momentum behind him, whereas it looked like before South Carolina, this dude was dead in the water. You see how things change projection wise in just one day. With the next round of states coming up in March, we'll see how these projections change again. Bernie, it's not too late to capture momentum, but he's definitely going to have to pull something out of the bag really quick to turn things around. And this is one more thing I wanted to talk about for the big Super Tuesday for Joe Biden. Just a little something that caught my eye, a little devil's advocate thing, throwing it out there for everybody. Just a little something, that made me chuckle a bit. But so Biden's picking up momentum here, like I said. Check this out. Why did Joe Biden do so well on Super Tuesday? These voters explain. On Sunday, Karen Baden filled out a ballot to vote early for Elizabeth Warren after deciding that she agreed more with Warren's platform than anyone else's. She didn't send it in. On the night of Super Tuesday, she stood in line at the Baldwin Hills Recreational Center in Los Angeles with a Biden for President sign in hand, the candidate she ended up voting for instead. I saw all these people dropping out, and they were all endorsing Biden, and I thought Biden is the one who can be elected, said Baden, 57, so I did not mail in my ballot. I went to vote today, tore up my ballot, and voted Biden. Now, I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. And first off, Karen, you're an embarrassment, because here's the reality. Why does it matter who can get elected? You sit here and you even go on record telling everybody you agree with Elizabeth Warren's platform more. You were going to vote for her. Why did you not vote for her? That's what they talk about in terms of momentum, though. Who cares what the next person's doing? If you get caught up in all of this and you're willing to go stand in line with another candidate's signs in your hand, trying to rally the vote for another candidate when you're sitting here telling us that you believe in Warren's platform more, that makes you pathetic. You're pathetic. You're weak and you're pathetic. Why? Well, first of all, let me say this. Karen, I've already said what I think about you. Now, Warren wasn't ever going to win anyway. She was never going to take the nomination. It was always going to be Bernie, Biden, and possibly Bloomberg if it went to a brokered convention. Warren had zero chance. She was never going to take the nomination. She's a joke and a phony. With that in mind, if you really believe in your candidate, listen to me, Karen. Listen to me, Karen. First of all, let me talk to your supervisor. If you really believe in your candidate, why not sack up? Who cares if they're going to win or lose? Who cares who's more electable? You're pathetic. If you don't stand behind your candidate, the person that you think shares your values, then you're a loser. You're just like Elizabeth Warren. You're a loser. All right, here's another individual. Carla Taravella, 52. She had decided she was voting for Pete Buttigieg until he dropped out and endorsed Biden on Monday. Okay, it was very close between the two. I was back and forth. She said Buttigieg's endorsement helped, but Biden was always her number 2 choice because she likes his demeanor and his experience in politics. Now, that's something I can actually get with. If your number 1 candidate drops out ahead of the race, then yeah, who cares? I mean, sure, you can vote for him if you want, but if you're really torn between the two, then I totally get it. And let's be honest, like I said in my video yesterday, Biden is nothing more than what Buttigieg hopes to be in 3 or 4 decades. Nothing but a do-nothing politician who's been sitting around Washington, D.C. for 30, 40 years, accomplishing nothing, just sucking on that government teat, collecting the government paycheck, becoming a multimillionaire. That is definitely Pete Buttigieg's lifelong goal. When I look at Biden, I see Buttigieg in 3 or 4 decades. I really do. It's just the way it is. I mean, that's just how I see things. When I get old, I'm probably like Pete's age. When I get old, when I'm like decrepit like Joe Biden, Pete's going to be still around and he's going to be Joe Biden. He's going to be sitting in some congressional seat or some Senate seat doing nothing but collecting 200 G's a year to do nothing. That's my interpretation of Buttigieg. So because that's the case and because I see them so closely related in terms of how they are and how they come off to me, then I get it. In her case, we cut her some slack. Yeah, Buttigieg dropped out. If your guy drops out, go for your second candidate. I have no problem with that. But again, Karen, still, Debbie Mars, 63, says she's been behind Biden since he announced because of his kindness and civility. Okay, fair enough. Mars, who's black. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me she's black. Did you tell me the ethnicities of the other individuals, the first 2? No, you didn't. Okay, well, you made sure to tell me this woman was black. Okay, thank you for that. Said Biden was the candidate who came across as the most genuinely invested in black communities. A view that helped Biden to a blowout win in South Carolina this past weekend. As a very proud African American who was born in America, so she's probably an American American, she goes on to talk about a bunch of other things I don't care about. So again, with her, no big deal. She's got her opinion, definitely entitled to it. Biden's her guy, she's sticking with him. Boom. Proud of you, Miss Mars. And that she's black, that doesn't really do anything for me. That really didn't need to be included in the article. Unless, of course, you were talking about the previous two women and what their ethnicities were. Oh, wait a minute. Are there any men in here they interviewed? Huh. Why didn't they interview any men? I'm just having some fun with it. Anyway, so that's my Super Tuesday wrap up. I just wanted to show you guys those things real quick, and definitely what the first woman said, because the whole headline of the article caught my attention. That she would be such a phony that she would have a candidate that has her ideals and shares her values, but she would switch her vote anyway because of momentum and what the press was telling her about who was hot at the time. Who knows? If Bernie starts to pick up momentum again, maybe she'll go back and try to rip her vote up and retroactively vote for Bernie. We all know how it is. That's how it goes, people. That's the momentum. Everybody loves a winner. I get it. I still hate it. But again, I mean, my message would be whoever your candidate is, just stick with them. Fight hard for them. Sack up, like I said. Have some stones. If your candidate's losing, who cares? If they believe in what you believe in, then you better be down for them. Stand behind them. Don't be so weak to where you switch on a whim. Whatever way the wind blows is where you go in terms of your candidate. Stand up for what you believe in. Now that's the video for today. Got a little harsh on you, Karen. Well, you can ask for my supervisor if you got issues with that. So take care, everybody. Thanks for watching the video. And like I said, if your state's coming up, vote. Get out there. Stand behind your candidate, everybody. Have a good day.